to the audience. Who's Claudia? Claudia is leading the data project portfolio in Lufthansa Group's data science delivery team. On her role, she systematically identifies data-driven use cases and AI projects throughout the group and drives their implementation. Claudia creates constant awareness of data and AI topics by engaging with stakeholders, driving Lufthansa Group's data strategy and transformation, and supporting with data literacy. Claudia holds a PhD in quantitative marketing and consumer behavior from the University of Zurich. Hello, Claudia. Can you hear us?
Yes, hello and welcome everyone. Good afternoon, actually, from Switzerland. So I'm based in Zurich, in a beautiful city. Not so beautiful right now, maybe because we have super high temperatures. So I hope you can enjoy the AC in the room, while I don't have that here in my apartment today. But I'm very happy to be with you online and to tell you a little bit about artificial intelligence, what our customers are expecting of us, expecting of the future of travel, and what we are already doing today at Lufthansa Group. Maybe a little bit of background for myself. You already know that I'm a data project portfolio manager in the data science delivery team and part of the innovation team at Lufthansa Group. I am with the team for 3 years now, and before that, I completed my PhD in quantitative marketing and consumer behavior, as already announced, at the University of Zurich. Besides my job at Lufthansa Group, I'm also a visiting lecturer, also on the topic of AI, and specifically for AI in marketing and communication at the University for Applied Science here in Zurich. And maybe fun fact, despite my professional experience, I also have over 30 years of experience in hospitality and customer engagement, basically, because I grew up in a hotel in a small village in Germany. And basically from the age of 4, I was already in contact with customers on a day-to-day basis. So what can we expect now of today? What can we expect of AI? So AI is not just a fancy term and it's not just a fancy tool it's by itself, but it's actually also shaping the behavior of our customers. So AI, artificial intelligence, refers to any system that mimics human thinking behavior, making decisions, making connections between different topics. And with the rise of AI, we are coming from not only understanding destinations or trying to understand the destinations that we then to sell to our customers, but today it's more about understanding really the individual customer, what they expect of us. So we really now, with the change of AI or towards AI, we need to focus on individual customer needs. So AI is becoming really the new travel companion, so to say. We already know that nowadays nobody can live basically without their mobile phone. If you look at the next generations, their mobile phone is not only their travel companion, but basically their travel or their daily companion, daily advisor. When I go out of the house, I really actively have to remind myself if I need my wallet or not, because I have everything on the phone. So this is changing in terms of how customers engage with the digital tools provided nowadays. With this, because with their digital assistants or their mobile phones, they also expect you to know them. So customers interacting on the websites, their travel behavior, their preferred hotels, preferred restaurants, they really expect you to know this about them if they share the information. And the future is more and more personalized with this. So because we are collecting a lot of information about our customers, their travel behavior, their preferred destinations, and so on, they are also expecting us to provide personalized, predictive solutions for them, basically. And in terms of AI, it's really, so with the help of data and AI, we can understand our customers, can really narrow it down to the personal level. And ignoring data and ignoring AI would basically mean ignoring our customers, because we are not offering them what they expect of us. So with this, we now see three major AI trends that are already ongoing, but are increasingly becoming important throughout the next years. And with this, we are talking about agentic AI, making autonomous decisions in travel plans and booking for customers. We're talking about a more and more seamless and touchless experience, expanding from the digital experience to also like live experience, talking about biometrics, for example. And as I already mentioned, we're driving more and more into the hyper-personalization through predictive AI. So that means we are not focusing on customer clusters anymore, but with the help of the data that we collected, we can really narrow it down to the individual customer. So what does agentic AI mean? Agentic AI really refers to the artificial intelligence systems that can autonomously pursue goals, make decisions, and take actions based on the analysis. So they really exhibit agency, autonomy, and they can plan, adapt, and act completely independently without any human interaction. And we can see this also in booking assistants that are currently emerging. So that means with the help of agentic AI systems, we can really offer an end-to-end itinerary creation without any human interaction. So, for example, if you receive a booking request from a customer, they can then an agentic AI can process this request based on the customer's past travel behavior. It can also tailor the offer to the customer and then have the interaction, for example, via a chatbot, via email generation with the customer. Make certain offers, let the customer decide, and then also book for the customer. This can be done real time at any point in time for any customer all over the world without any disruptions. And nowadays, it's also integrating all the documents and personal information that the customer provides, like visa information, travel insurance that is needed, or other documents. For example, if we have to think about like a rebooking current for the customer, we have to check which kind of visa they already have for certain countries that we might rebook them over. And if you think about like a huge plane being completely canceled, rebooking each individual customer would be super time consuming, super frustrating for the customers, spending a lot of time in the hotline. And this can be solved and made faster and more efficient with AI. If you look at Lufthansa Group, how we are doing it today, we can already see that we have the app where customers can book. They can select the booking period, the time, how many people want to travel, and based on certain filters, they will get some offers. And then based on the offers, they can make some selections. These are still independent interfaces that will in the future be totally made autonomous by an AI agent. So that means that the customer also don't have to fill in these pre-selection fields and selecting several filters, but it can really talk to the AI like in a conversation, not switch between different windows, but really get the offer in one interface from the travel search or getting some inspiration to the booking in the end. If one other example would be our inspiration search and booking tool, so the Lufthansa Group Destination Finder, where people can already say, "Hey, I want to go to a holiday somewhere warm," or maybe now for my side, sitting here at 30 degrees temperature, plus I would like to go somewhere else where it's not so hot. And the travel companion, or the destination finder can process all the information and provide the results. When the customer already made a booking, we also have the chat assistant that supports with rebooking, right? Finding alternative flights in case of a cancellation or delay of a flight. It can automatically rebook customers based on the preferred alternative. Again, you have 24/7 availability from anywhere over the world. And based on the availability of alternative flights, the chatbot can make a recommendation. So basically, it can outsource all the self-servicing functions that the customer can use in the app, can be automated to the chat assistant, and you can have a faster interaction. And we not only try to tailor our offers to the customers, but we also tailor actually our app interfaces to the different airlines. So meet the family of the Lufthansa group in terms of chatbots. So for Lufthansa, we have Eliza. For Swiss, we have Nelly. Austrian is served by Maria, and Brussels Airline has Charlie as their chatbots. So what does it mean now for travel advisors? So what I want to stress is that it's not about being replaced, but rather collaborating with AI. So the idea is that easy cases, regular cases can be outsourced, for example, to AI. And then the travel agent can actually really focus on difficult cases, more complex scenarios. It can use AI tools also, they can use AI tools for themselves by simulating different travel scenarios based on the needs of the customers, already mapping different cases in terms of, or in case of disruptions, cancellations, visa issues, so on. So you can really leverage the AI to outsource the mundane task to be more efficient in the environment. And the idea is really becoming from more of a pure transactional advisor to becoming a more strategic advisor. You can outsource all the transactional stuff to the AI, which will really serve the customers, and you can become more strategic, thinking about more complex cases and really focus on the cases where humans still need this human touch, right? In case of an emergency, maybe where there's really the human empathy needed still, which is not replaceable, that travel agents can focus on that. The second topic I want to address is the seamless and touchless experience. So this means that AI is empowering basically a really frictionless journey for customers, from the booking through the journey towards the destination. And this can be done by, first of all, the integrated travel wallets and digital IDs. So if you think about, for example, for us, we have the travel ID in place where we have all the customer information for the customers who opt into this program. We have this information across all the airlines, across all the different systems. And if one booking is made, we can really have this information across all the different services, and the customer doesn't need to log in at all at different tools. We also have smart kiosks where customers can simply pre-select, order, and have the automated delivery at the gate or in the plane for the orders and purchases. And we also use biometric features for the check-in of the lounges, for example, walking through security or the boarding process. So providing some examples again for this, as I already mentioned it, the One Travel ID is basically our digital seamless service for the customer journey, where you have all the information in one ID, you only need one login for everything. If we continue the journey to the airport, as I mentioned, we already use, at some airports, use biometric features for seamless travel experience. So for customers that have a Miles & More profile or the travel ID, they can opt in basically in using their photo for this digital walk-in through security and boarding processes, for example. So if you imagine a customer going to the airport with a small kid, maybe backpack on the shoulder, on the back, and an additional trolley, and every time at each checkpoint walking through the airport, the customer has to get out the mobile phone, open the app, open the boarding pass. And this can be avoided if you have this biometric feature, if you opt in for it, because you only need to really walk in front of the screen, have your face scanned, and then you can walk through into the lounges, through security in a more seamless way. We also use AI at certain airports and certain gates already to scan the luggages. So I'm sure you always, or all of you already had the case where the plane was boarding basically, or customers were boarding on the plane, and then they announced, oh, we don't have any more space for the overhead bins. That means for the crew, for the cabin crew, that they have to collect the remaining luggages. They have to see whether they can store them somewhere, or in the worst case, they have to offload this, deliver it basically to the ground personnel again, so they can load it into the belly, taking up a lot of time. Now, what we are doing is applying computer vision without any facial recognition at the gates, and then each individual luggage is processed. So the AI in the background basically identifies how many trolleys there are, how many backpacks, how many just small briefcases that can be put basically under the seat in front of you. And then the information is processed, and the gate agent is actually informed when they reach a critical mass and there's no more head in the over, or no more space in the overhead bin. So they can proactively tell the remaining customers that they have to load the remaining luggage into the belly. That then saves time, saves frustration for the cabin crew, but also for the customers, because we can avoid delays. So for the travel agent, this means that it's not only about designing the journey anymore, so defining the booking experience, but also supporting the customers in having this digital seamless travel experience. So basically, travel agents can advise on setting up digital identities, depending on the airline or airline group that they are flying with, really advising the customers to have or to use the digital touch points to make their travel experience as seamless as possible. And it's not only about like designing this digital like identity for the customers, but also designing the process, right? So travel agents know their customers best. You know what the issues are, you know what what kind of problems can arise, and what the customers care about. So I also would like to take this opportunity to really actively invite you to design the digital journey of the customers, not only throughout the booking process, but also at the gate. Knowing what the customers really need and want, what is important to them, can also help in enhancing these systems, enhancing the tools, and with this, enhancing the customer journey.
Claudia, this is
Yes.
Heiko. I have a thought, and I know that I already challenged you in
Yes.
Zurich during our regional meeting. I would like to emphasize once again that we as Lufthansa City Center are happy offering any kind of guinea pig test field collaboration when it comes to this touch and tech combination which you're just describing. Yeah. So when it comes to us orchestrating the digital offers in a proper way and Lufthansa Group coming up with digital solutions where a touch is needed, you please should think of Lufthansa City Center. I know that this is raising a little bit of an expectation bar maybe here, that next year you will be coming up. Last year Heiko said, we're going to collaborate with Lufthansa Innovation Hub. There will be some great thing coming up. Just a thought. It's just a thought, because I think we are ready. We are very close to each other, not only by the name, but also by the thoughts and by professional approach when it comes to digital and AI. So here again, our offer from Lufthansa City Center. Please take it into consideration.
Thanks, Heiko. Thanks a lot for again offering this. I would really also like the opportunity to offer the reverse. So if you any ideas, if you use the digital assistants, the digital tools by yourself, and have any ideas on how to improve this actually for our customers, at the Lufthansa Innovation Hub, but also like the innovation department, we are super happy and experienced also in doing quick testing what is possible, what works, what doesn't work. So if there are any ideas or if there's a need for testing, we're also super happy. As I said, coming up with the ideas.
Yeah, and that's an offer from Lufthansa Innovation Hub, Claudia, Wenzel, to all of you coming up with great ideas. Please chime it in, and you can also steer that through Jens and through me. Yeah. Thank you, Claudia. Sorry for interrupting. Please
No
proceed.
worries. So then I'm happy to switch over to the third part. So really focusing on the hyper-personalization through data and predictive AI. As I already mentioned it, right, we are collecting a lot of data about our customers, and not only their travel behavior, so their booking behavior, the travel behavior. For a lot of customers, we also know social media behavior. If they are complaining, for example, on social media about a canceled flight or a misplaced luggage, we know this information. We know what they're where they're going, where they want to go, we know their preferences, and we can also anticipate their mood, right? So for each individual customer, we know if there was a cancellation of a flight or a delay of a flight, we actually know if they complained, what they complained about. Was it really the delay in boarding? Was it the delay in arriving? Is it fine for the customer to arrive late, but only if he or she doesn't have a connecting flight? So this is something we can know about the customers. And so having this information, having also the contextual and real-time information, we can actually not only tailor flight and hotel recommendations, we can also actually use it for dynamic sales processes, right? For dynamic pricing, upselling of ancillaries. We know which customer is willing to pay a certain upgrade or a certain price for an upgrade on a long-haul flight, maybe only from Europe to the US, but not from the US to Europe. So depending on the customer preferences, we can use this information to really increase also our sales. And as I mentioned, we are also sentiment aware, right? About adjustments, disruptions throughout the journey. We can use the information that we have of the customers, anticipate what might be problematic for them, and then proactively use this information to already reach out to the customer, already rebook him towards his preferred options, for example. So what does it mean? So we really want to transform the customer experience with personalized recommendations, pre-flight offers, upselling opportunities, ancillary services. We can collect customer feedback from different touch points, right? We can use the surveys that we send out on specific routes to collect feedback. We can merge this information, at least on a high-level flight level information, with information we get from social media, for example, to really get more insights into our customers' sentiments. We can use all the information to enhance the profiles, and then really, again, use all the enhanced profiles to use it to offer advanced services for our customers. And it's not only about offering a service, but you can optimizing the offers to our customers, but you can also use data and AI to really revolutionize air travel. I already talked about biometric identification. So imagine not only using biometric information in the airport, basically for the boarding process, but imagine that you can actually use this when you have the in-flight entertainment. You can log in with your Netflix account, for example, right? Or your Disney Plus subscription. You can continue actually watching your favorite movies, your favorite series on the flight. You can also engage differently with the customers or the other passengers on the plane. You can engage better with the cabin crew, directly offering or selecting certain products in the in-flight entertainment system. So really making use of all the AI tools. You can also integrate, for example, get your guide functionality in the in-flight entertainment system, so the customer can actually book their next adventures, their next tour, next restaurant, by already being on the flight. So what does it mean now for travel agents to focus about really this hyper-personalization aspect for our customers? So as I said, it's really about not being reactive anymore, but using all the information that we collect of the customers to proactively steer their travel experience. As I said, you can use the information of the customers to anticipate what they might need in terms of in case of the disruptions, like cancellations or flight delays. You can actually really advise them proactively in their favorite hotel booking or alternative options if these are not available. So it's really this hyper personalization aspect and the data and AI that we can use is really transforming the agent again from a transactional role to just booking certain things for the customer to really be becoming a trusted travel agent, travel consultant, basically, anticipating the needs and then acting on them. So considering all these implications, I think it's really important and crucial to understand that, as I said in the beginning, AI is not just a future tool. It's already here, it's already present, and it's becoming more and more a necessity. As I mentioned, if we don't use data and AI, if we don't catch up on this trend, on this technological development, then we will also lose our customers. So I also want to encourage you to think about it in terms of a mindset shift for modern air travel. As we said, the travel behavior of our customers is completely changing. They have new expectations. They engage differently with the tools that are offered nowadays. And we have to react to this. We also proactively considering using this to make the journeys or to optimize the journeys of our customers. And with this, I want to close that really AI can help you, data and AI can help you to see what the customers want. And as I mentioned, sometimes even before they ask. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. As Heiko said, also feel free to reach out to me and the team after the conference or in a few months if you have a specific idea or question that you might want to address with the help of data and AI. Feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Claudia, I do have another question. We have time. We also have actually floating microphones in the room. So if you can bear with us a few moments, then that would be nice just to see whether something comes up here. First question to you from myself. AI represents a revolutionary shift. I mean, we all kind of agree. What advice, though, would you personally give to the LCC entrepreneurs here in the room for effectively implementing this so-called cultural transformation in their offices? Because it's a lot about being proactive, as you know, your last slide said it all. What's your piece of advice there?
Yes, so I think it's really crucial to understand that, as I said, AI is not just a tool that we use, but it's also, we have to think about how we engage with it. And we have to make sure that all of the employees also know how to, in a responsible way, engage with AI. That means understanding the capabilities and opportunity AI offers, but also understanding the limitations and threats, for example, that come with AI, right? So it's not only positive, but you have to really think about sometimes the consequences that AI can offer. And this I encourage really to also not only focus on the customer, but focus on the employees when it comes to digital literacy, right? Mm-hmm. So really making sure that you offer dedicated workshops, dedicated learning opportunities for the employees so that they know of the capabilities, about the threats, and how to really effectively and efficiently work with AI.
So a solid change management, basically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I saw Ana Maria, you had a question?
Hi, Claudia. My name is Ana Maria from Hansa Peru Travel, Lima, Peru. I have a question. If one of our clients that has a ticket issued by us has interruption, a flight interruption, and they got into the chatbot, will they get help, or the chatbot will say, no, we cannot help you because the ticket has been issued through a travel agency. You have to go to your travel agency?
No, as far as I understand, as soon as they can offer the PNR, so the booking reference code, the chatbot can identify them and can identify the booking and then offer support with this. So you don't need to log in. Actually, you don't need the login, you don't need the travel ID in order to use this functionality.
So they will immediately help our passenger with the rebooking. And we can instruct our passengers that they will be always helped by Lufthansa whenever he is or she is with the rebooking, with
Yes.
and not through us.
And I can confirm. I
Yes.
just had that during the strike in April. So yes, I was.
And my second question regarding baggages. When a baggage is lost, I don't know if you are so far, but I was asking also, when a baggage is not found, and call the call center, and they do not know exactly where the baggage is. I don't know if you are so far in installing GPS in each baggage. Is it too probably expensive? I don't know why. Because it will be so easy to find or locate a baggage with a GPS exactly as a cell phone or a mobile. Why not having this system?
Yes. So I cannot tell you for sure how the baggage handling is right now. So I'm not so much involved in the ground experience processes. What I know is through the Lufthansa Innovation Hub, there have been some tests also in having certain tags where you can identify the bags throughout the bag journey, so to say, to always know where they are. I don't know what the process is of this. I know that the POC, so the proof of concept, I think was successful and they wanted to check it further. Of course, costs are a huge topic in regard to this, so I cannot tell you the current standing. What I know is, however, that if the customers, so a lot of customers like myself, if they use an AirTag in their bag, you can actually share this information for a specific time frame with Lufthansa in order to also helping the agents identifying where the baggage is.
Or contract a private company that gives us the possibility to buy, or we as agency, why not? A provider, for example, for LCC of GPS for the baggages?
Okay, that is a proposal coming from you to also look into suppliers, providers, exactly bridging this issue, right? And I think, Jens, we will take that up because I personally can't promise if there is anything around that really helps us. But let's look into that, and please also share your view if you have more of an insight here, because I think as a added value to give it to our customers, if you book with Lufthansa City Center, you got this provider that can help you with these issues. Would be, of course, an interesting value to look into. We will take that up and see what comes out of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Heiko, and thank you, Anna Maria.
Thank you, Claudia.
Any final question or comments from the audience? Don't see any desperate attendees here. So once again, Claudia, thank you so much. Have a beautiful hot summer night over there in Zurich. And yeah, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of the conference and the day. Bye.
Good. Now we are moving